And the markets are off to the races this morning, and right now the S&P is up 16 points this morning out of the gate. Now, I wrote an article last week called S&P 2700 by Christmas. We are currently at 2,691. We are 9 points away from our target of S&P 2700 by Christmas. So looks like we're going to make it. NASDAQ up 45 points this morning, 69.81, within just a stone's throw of 7,000. And the Dow is currently trading at 24,818. And we just set a record for getting to from 23 to 24,000 on the Dow. I had a bet going on with Mike O'Neill over at Real Investment News. I won that bet, and we're about to clip off another record advance of 1,000 points within the shortest time frame ever on the Dow between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So again, 121 points away. 122 points away right now of setting that record on the Dow. So we are just within a clip of hitting record highs on all three. Well, we're at record high now, but hitting new benchmarks or milestones for all three indexes right now. Anyway, outside of that news this morning, let's jump over to Scarlett Picaro of Real Investment News Desk.
Right now, oil is trading 31 cents higher at 57.64 a barrel. Gold is up 4.80 to 12.6230, and the dollar is weaker than the yen at 112 this morning. Your 10-year Treasury rate is at 2.374. Some of the things that I wanted to talk about this morning, a new report released by MarketWatch today indicates you better add paying off your debt to your New Year's resolution. As of June of 2017, Americans owe a record $1 trillion on their credit cards. And on top of that, they're really having trouble paying off that credit card debt. The study looked at data released from credit reporting agency TransUnion. Delinquencies on credit card balances are expected to rise 1% in 2018. Taking a closer look at the data, not only are consumers spending money on things that they don't really need, but expenses like food and housing are skyrocketing faster than income, which doesn't leave much for other essentials and emergency funds for expenses like medical bills. So that's something to keep in mind heading into the new year. The U.S. dollar lost ground versus most major rivals today, with rising expectations for passage of Republican-backed tax cut legislation failing to provide a lift to the currency. We will keep you updated on that. And I did want to say, Lance wants to add something.
But I just want to back you up 1 second on your story about consumer debt.
Yeah.
Real quick, because you made a very important statement there that this is something I've been talking about, this whole issue with tax cuts and tax reform and how it's going to boost the average American, paycheck, and they're going to be able to go out to the economy and spend a whole bunch more. And one thing I've been talking about is the impact of the Affordable Care Act. Since we failed to repeal that, healthcare costs are going up, and as you just noted, Americans are going more and more into debt simply to pay for the healthcare costs that continue to go up.
Yeah, and that's insurance. And I even read another story on Teva Pharmaceuticals wanting to raise their drug prices too, which kind of goes hand in hand with that. But I'm sure other pharmaceutical companies are going to be falling right in line with that.
Not just pharmaceuticals. Story out last week, a vitamin company in Atlanta raised the cost of their vitamins by over 300%. Vitamins,
which are already astronomical in my opinion. When you want to get a nice organic vitamin, it's like $60 these days.
I know, it's
crazy.
expensive.
It's insane. But one of the other stories heading into the Christmas spirit and Christmas holiday, I wanted to just warn you guys, be careful about sending those expensive packages via UPS this year, and for that matter, probably via anything. One Canadian man says he is now broke because one of the country's largest banks has refused to refund a $850,000 bank draft that was lost by the UPS during a routine delivery. But Lance, wait. UPS says it did an exhaustive search for the lost package, just couldn't find it, and they at least are giving him a $32 refund for the delivery fee.
Exactly. So you get $32 and you only lost $850,000. I am sure the bank will eventually reissue the draft. It's just got to be proven to be lost, but it is kind of an interesting story, which says that if you send something by UPS that's expensive, make sure you insure the delivery.
Yes, I mean, that's just exactly. Every time, just insure it. I mean, even if it's, over $100 and it's important to you, insure it.
And especially if it's a bank draft for $850,000, it's part of your inheritance.
I know, part of your inheritance. That's a sad thing. It was part of his dad's will.
Exactly.
I mean,
at what point did people just forget about using a wire transfer?
Yeah, I don't
For
know.
that kind of money, you send a wire.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Pay the $15, send a wire. It'll save you $832,000.